Over the past 2 decades, startups have changed the world. Multi-billion-dollar companies like Google, Facebook, and Uber have shown the transformative power of entrepreneurship. Today, innovators dream of their idea becoming the next big thing. But the odds are stacked against them. In America alone, 80% of startups will fail.
Founding a startup isn't for everyone. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it.
In startup hubs around the world, young entrepreneurs are desperate to prove they have what it takes to succeed.
Chegou ponto que a gente achou, não vai mais dar.
But what does it really take to survive in the hub? This is János Amstutz.
We want to do 2 takes of that.
A former commodities trader, he's given up a 6-figure salary and a comfortable life in Switzerland to try and make it as an entrepreneur in London.
Would you like to stand here? That way I'm out of the spotlight. This is our first professional project. It's very exciting.
Today, János is directing his first photo shoot.
That lighting looks great.
But it's not the world of fashion where he hopes to strike it rich.
So we'll have her as a hologram in the real world.
It's the world of augmented reality, where János believes he could revolutionize the way that humans communicate.
Are you trying to reach an audience in a way that's different or engaging? Well, with our technology, we can bring you to them, anywhere, anytime, into their surroundings.
János's big idea is HoloMe, an augmented reality application designed to beam hologram-like images through a mobile phone. And ultimately to supplant video calling or even face-to-face meetings.
Why be here or there when you can be everywhere?
All right, let's do one more.
But János's plans for world domination begin in front of a green screen in southeast London. Filming images his software can then cut out and project into any environment.
Fantastic.
HoloMe is one of 500,000 companies to start up in Britain every year. The nation's capital is a leading hub of innovation, inspiration, and creative energy. In London and in cities worldwide, it's the age of the entrepreneur. Startups are championed by governments who see them as key to building a dynamic economy. But the competition is cutthroat. To succeed, you've got to really believe in your product.
It's not a good idea to put high-end fashion next to garbage cans.
A week on from the photo shoot, János's footage is ready to test.
Virtual catwalk on the street. Anywhere on demand. This is extremely exciting for fashion retailers as a new way to showcase their wares. There she is, my height. And there's the dress. The blood, sweat, and tears that we put into this project are really starting to pay off. And that's very exciting for me. I don't know where to look now. You reach a milestone, and then what's the next step? You know, where do we go from here? How do we get bigger? How do we grow faster? How do we become more exciting for the world? Smartphone technology has reached the place where our tech is fully possible and applicable to everybody.
The rise of the smartphone has brought a wave of global startup successes and inspired endless possibilities for new products. With the proliferation of digital technology and digital services, it's become easier than ever to set up a business and to gamble everything on having the next big idea. São Paulo, Brazil, the most populous megacity in the Southern Hemisphere, and another thriving startup hub. Sandro and Isabel were childhood sweethearts. They've been together for 17 years, had 2 children, and now are trying to build a business together.
Vem junto. Toma tanto tempo quanto, né? Ou até mais. Parece bebezinho.
Os dois estão começando a caminhar juntos.
For a year and a half, Sandro and Isabel ran their company Medroom from their front room.
Não, a gente nunca teve preocupação em trabalhar juntos, a gente sempre fez isso muito bem.
A gente sempre soube separar o trabalho do amor.
2 months ago, the couple took the big decision to rent office space for their growing professional family. Now they share a workplace with dozens of other startups, all trying to make it in Brazil's growing medical technology industry. Here they can encourage, commiserate, and advise. And Sandro can share his own vision of success.
E aí a gente vai para o centro cirúrgico. Então, por exemplo,
With 18 years' experience working in the video gaming industry, Sandro saw the potential of virtual reality earlier than many.
quando eu coloquei o óculos de realidade virtual pela primeira vez, eu falei, tem que fazer alguma coisa com isso. Isso é incrível e isso vai mudar o mundo.
Sandro spotted a gap in the market, using VR to help train medical professionals.
Eu acredito muito que o nosso produto vai salvar vidas no futuro, nosso principal objetivo.
In Brazil, 1 in every 20 patients will experience medical error.
A gente já sabe que não dá para resolver todos os problemas de uma vez só, mas a gente espera que vai ter uma redução considerável no número de erros médicos, não só no Brasil, mas talvez no mundo nos próximos anos, devido a esse tipo de tecnologia.
Today, Vinicius Guzmão, the company's head of marketing, is at the Albert Einstein Medical University to test out Medroom's product with some of the people who probably need it the most: medical students.
Segura os óculos.
42% of failed entrepreneurs cite a lack of demand for their company's demise. So it's crucial for startups like Medroom to establish whether their idea is a viable product.
Tem como dissecar?
Ainda não.
And not just an expensive toy.
É só virar com a mão, do mesmo jeito que você pegou. E isso vai virando. Tá vendo um coraçãozinho batendo aí?
Right now, this prototype may lack the cutting edge, but the response from the product's likely users is encouraging.
Adorei. É muito prático. É importante ter um programa como esse antes de entrar em contato com o corpo real. Você se sente mais confiante, mais preparado para desenvolver as técnicas aprendidas.
Fez uma demonstração para alguns alunos aqui da faculdade e eu acredito que foi um sucesso. Nós temos nos preparado há uns 2 ou 3 meses para conseguirmos concluir a primeira versão comercial do nosso produto. Foram 3 meses de trabalho duro, vários bugs, vários problemas, e agora a gente conseguiu um feedback positivo e acho que um sinal verde para a gente conseguir fazer a primeira instalação lá em Campinas. Eles serão o nosso primeiro cliente pagante.
Targeting Brazil's universities to kick off sales of their product appears to be paying off. Whilst Medroom may have found its market, back in London, Janos is just trying to find a cab.
I don't have a bottomless pit of money, so for me, the financial pressure on the company is quite strong. Hello. We have probably until the end of the year to find financing.
He's embarking on a quest that is a rite of passage for thousands of entrepreneurs in Europe's biggest startup hub: the search for investment. 80% of startups in the UK are initially self-funded. As they work towards the moment their big idea is convincing enough to snare a major investor. But some have to make that move whether they're ready or not.
Please give me £600,000. I really don't know how to convince someone how to give me £600,000. No one's ever given me £600,000 before, so maybe I'm doing it wrong. But We'll see.
In the first 6 months of 2017, venture capitalists pumped more than £1.1 billion into London's tech sector. But only 2 companies in every 1,000 managed to get their hands on those funds.
Morning.
Morning.
How you doing, Janos?
Good. Nice to meet you, Jana.
Nice to meet you.
Janos has landed a meeting with an investment firm that specializes in tech startups. Chris Haley and his partner Corey Vu receive over 100 pitches every month. Janos has just weeks before he runs out of cash.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and HoloMe and where the tech's at, and
Cool.
give us the story.
I'm Swiss, but I grew up in Australia, so my English is relatively okay and understandable.
To convince these investors, entrepreneurs like Janos need to know their business plan back to front.
So tell us a bit more about the funding then. How much are you looking for?
I'm looking for £600,000.
And the figures better be rock solid, because in this room, there's nowhere to hide.
You're projecting monthly sales of 30,000
Yeah, client projects.
pretty much right off the bat.
Yeah.
Do you have a qualified pipeline that verifies that amount?
I can show you one. I have the past 3 weeks, who...
Well, so you've got 20,000 for next month.
Yeah.
It's going to take you more than a month, I suspect, to reach that, so I assume you have been selling up to this point?
We haven't started yet.
What's the timeline for the funding process? I mean, you're starting to look now when you need it by now.
Well, it looks like he's planning October.
Yeah.
October being realistic is
let's
probably
say
a bit tight.
Janos's dreams are in danger of remaining just that, if he can't convince these tech-savvy investors that his product is worth backing.
One of the biggest problems with holography is that it's very hard to do the whole Star Trek holodeck thing, right? How much depth of field is captured in your technology?
Shall I show you?
Yeah.
Please do.
I'm gonna probably project it there.
Okay.
Well, with our technology, we can bring you to them.
Cool.
Anywhere, anytime.
So it's kind of hard to tell that he's only 2D
Can I?
because of you can grab him. Because of the quality of the holograms. We can also simulate shadows, which helps for a moving person. We put fake shadows on the holograms. We have a dancer as well, but she needs a bit more space than in here.
Yeah, because that's...
Anywhere, anytime.
Presently there's shadowing, but I don't...
There's shadowing on the screen, but there's no shadowing in the...
Yeah.
So he is floating.
Yes, he is. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the tech we're pursuing. I showed the investors an old demo by accident. What they saw was actually an old version of our technology, which is why I didn't show them for too long, because I didn't want them to see the errors that we had in it. But I think they were still impressed, which is a good sign.
Janos faces an anxious wait to see whether the old demo was impressive enough. At the Medroom office in São Paulo, Sandro is putting a brave face on things.
Não tem nada que fazer, ó. Vocês vão perdendo tempo fazendo vídeo muito legal.
Keeping the team happy is vital, because the one thing every startup is guaranteed to face is a setback.
A gente se preparou durante o último mês, a nossa primeira instalação em Campinas. Tudo funcionando perfeito, a gente terminou antes do prazo, a gente conseguiu fazer alguns testes e, de repente, eles cancelaram.
In fast-moving startup hubs like São Paulo, adaptability is crucial for any would-be entrepreneur. A new day, a new opportunity. Medroom has been given a chance to present its vision of the future to big health industry players. But it means taking another gamble by racing to finish a new, more impressive version of its virtual reality software. They work on late into the night. With hours to go to the presentation, Sandro and the team are finally done. But the new software is yet to be tested. The next morning, Sandro is nowhere to be seen.
Sandro não foi para casa ontem à noite, ele está no escritório, passou a noite lá, tentando resolver alguns problemas para a apresentação que a gente tinha para hoje. Nós temos uma hora e meia para conseguir resolver esse problema.
In the next room, representatives of Brazil's leading medtech firms are gathered to discuss the future of health technology.
Tem 60 pessoas aqui, todos eles são líderes dentro das empresas onde eles trabalham, algumas das maiores empresas do país.
Medroom is one of only 3 startups invited to demo their products after the meeting. It's an amazing networking opportunity, which they're about to blow.
Eu tenho que esperar acabar o download.
Vinicius has less than an hour to download, install and test the new software before the meeting breaks up.
Não deu certo o primeiro teste. Meu irmão, a gente tem 30 minutos. Fala alguma coisa para fazer qualquer coisa aqui. Me fala o que eu teria que ter feito. O Sandro não vai chegar a tempo. A gente vai ficar muito mal na frente de muitas empresas gigantes. Vai ter que funcionar.
The meeting of industry players is about to end.
50% prontos. O Sandro está correndo para cá, está vindo do escritório direto para cá.
They make it with moments to spare. And so finally does their best salesman, Sandro.
Bem legal.
6 horas da manhã ainda estava tudo dando errado, mas a gente conseguiu.
Aí você consegue ver informações só sobre o coração dela, tá vendo?
Dois clientes que a gente conversou ficaram muito interessados, a gente trocou cartões e vamos continuar as conversas. Essa vida louca de empreendedorismo é difícil, mas é desafiador e é emocionante. Cada dia a gente tem um desafio novo e a gente consegue superar ele a maioria das vezes, né?
Sometimes just getting through the day can be chalked up as a win for a weary entrepreneur. Eight weeks after pitching HoloMe to the venture capitalists, János has yet to hear from them. So he's been stepping up his search for paying customers.
We've got to get that contract signed off as well. Cool. All right.
This might not seem like the obvious place to find them. But today, the British Museum is hosting a digital design event. And János has eyed an opportunity.
It's very nerve-wracking to be able to show my tech for the first time.
He wants to show big retail firms what they could do with his product, which is why he's been photographing fashion models. It's part of a collaboration with fashion label Rixo, demonstrating how HoloMe can bring merchandise off the shelf and into the room. János is counting on this kind of commercial application to start driving sales.
Is that life size? Is she life size?
Yeah, we can make it bigger.
Oh, okay.
We use augmented reality to display them.
So cool. That's pretty incredible with video.
Yeah, we believe we're one of the first, so...
I've never seen it before.
Today's conference went really well. We had a lot of interest in our technology. We had a lot of connections, lots of business cards, and lots of requests for follow-up meetings.
János looks set to be kept busy chasing down leads, following up contacts, and sniffing out fresh opportunities. This may be the age of the entrepreneur, but for many it's a thankless task, a life of sacrifice and worry.
A mãe da determinação do rapaz aqui é enorme, não desiste nunca.
With the odds stacked heavily against them.
I'm hoping this technology will be the platform for me to realize, the next stages in my big dreams, which I'm not going to tell you about because they're my little secret.
They'll need more than inspiration and hard graft. A good deal of luck could make the difference between surviving and thriving in the hub.